So with Creative Commons, right? Because I haven't told you yet, the some rights reserved. I'm sure you're asking, well, which rights are reserved? Well, it's actually take your own pick. There's a few different things to think about in when you make a creative work and you put it out, maybe on the internet or whatever. One of these is attribution. That is, if someone uses your stuff, they should say it was from you and give you credit where credit is due. Another one is replication and transmission. Can people make copies of this thing as much as they like? Can they transmit it and send it off to the internet as much as they like? That part is automatic. Every single sort of Creative Commons license automatically allows whatever it is to be copied in its original form and broadcast out in its original form just over and over and over again. Which is nice if you're happy. Maybe you write a book or something and you can't get anyone to publish it, but you put it out online. And some people like it, some people read it, and they get some buzz going. Maybe you do get a publisher someday. I mean, I don't know. All sorts of little things like that. So the automatic copy and transmission thing, that's already in there. The attribution is a thing you can add on. Nowadays it's automatic because like 98% of the people were using attribution. So now it's included, but technically you could unclude it. Uninclude it? Outclude it? if you wanted to. Next thing is commercial use. Do you want to put a stamp on this thing that says you can't use it for commercial properties? And then there's the question of derivatives. Derivative is when you take whatever it was originally and someone else finds it and they do something with it. Like it's a book and they made it into a movie, or maybe it's a book and they made a translation, or they took a little piece of it, you had a picture maybe, and they took a piece of your picture and they put it into some collage, and they used some collage in some presentation, and those are all derivative works. And what do you want to do with them? Well, you can do nothing, but that's bad. Because if you allow people to make derivative works, they can then copy that derivative work, that derivative work as their own. So I write a book in English and someone translates to Russian, and then suddenly, they can copyright it as Russian. Which, it's not particularly cool. That was my book, The other two options are to go with the non-derivatives route, which means no one can alter it. They can copy it exactly as it is and send it out over the internet, but they can't change it in any which way. Or, in my opinion, the better version is the share-alike. And share-alike means, okay, you can make derivative works based on my thing, but if you do, the derivative work has to be under the same license as this thing right now. So I make a book in English, some guy makes derivative, translates it to Russian, but because I'm under share-alike, his Russian thing is also a Creative Commons, and is also a share-alike. And so someone maybe looks at that Russian thing and translates it to German. After true translations, I hope it's still working. But then that German thing is also Creative Commons, also a share-alike. It's sort of viral. It spreads from thing to thing in each new derivative work which is made. So, the book, Free Culture, is under a Creative Commons license, which means anybody can download it for free, and he doesn't care. And actually, he's glad if you download it, because then you're reading the book. And learning about copyright stuff, and you can see for yourself that he's following his own principles, right? All of my stuff is also under Creative Commons, right? The way I work it out is this. Anything that I have to myself privately is technically under copyright. Just to say that if you hacked my computer and took away some stuff, not only would you be in violation of Not only would you be a hacker, which is illegal, but you would also be violating copyright, which is even more illegal. Now, anything that I intentionally, publicly produce, or anything that I put out into the public sphere, is automatically under Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license. That means, hey, it's Creative Commons, so you can copy my videos and whatever random other stuff I put out and send it wherever, right? I keep doing this thing. Just send it wherever. Attribution means you just put a little note so this was created by Sonic Sons. Non-commercial means you cannot use my face to advertise Coca-Cola or whatever. It's the thing with commercial industries. Someone could theoretically use my stuff and then put me up on a billboard as if I was advertising some product. And it's just distasteful. There are more distasteful things to do with somebody's creative works, far more distasteful than that. But the commercial entities are far more common, you see. So overall, the threat from them is, in my opinion, far greater. So carrying around attribution, non-commercial, share-alike license, which means you can edit my stuff. You could add music in, or you could maybe make your own video, and then you put me off to the side and comment about me, or criticize me or whatever it is you feel like doing. Make a collage, make a, whatever, just so long as this new thing that you make is also a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license. And by the way, when you put something under Creative Commons, you are still technically the copyright owner, just that you've forfeited some of your rights. And you can still make decisions regarding forfeiting a few more of those rights here and there as you see fit. What I mean by that is, so I've put it under Creative Commons. That means anyone can copy it, and I can't change that back. Like, I legally can't change that back once I've declared it. How exactly things get declared is a bit iffy, but the way I do things is I double or triple post on YouTube, Vidler, Blip.tv, and on Blip.tv there's actually a drop-down thing, and you can select what Creative Commons license you like, if any. So it's marked there. It's also marked by, I've mentioned this a few times in my videos. But anyway, so things are free to copy and retransmit, and I can't change that. As for the non-commercial thing, that really means non-commercial unless I say so. If someone came to me and they want to do something with my stuff, and it happened to be a commercial project, but I also thought it was good, then I could, just give them a waiver. I could give them permission just the same way any normal copyright owner could give permission for any of these normal things. And I'm hoping that this catches on. I don't suppose the big corporations will really participate, but sort of a grassroots thing. I do love these grassroots things. Feels very much like open source software. Hoping that people will voluntarily put their own Creative Commons stuff out, and we can all swap stuff, and we can all use each other's stuff, and we can increase each other's creativity. I know Perry Urban's got everything under Creative Commons. XKCD, that's a webcomic, very, very funny webcomic. That's all also under Creative Commons. You go on Google, you can find random repositories here and there. I mean, most things, are still copyrighted. Most things you've heard of anyway, are still under the current, standard system. But this new system, this new idea, is a very simple idea. It's actually much nicer. I'd like to know that anyone wants to see my stuff, they can see my stuff. And no, I won't sue you. And no, actually, I can't sue you, so long as you obey the rules of attribution, non-commercial, and share-alike. And that's about it, and it's pretty simple, and it's power to the people, I guess, freedom of information. I like it. And so does Lawrence Lessig. So go read that book, Free Culture, and the next time you make something and you put it out on the internet, please consider making it Creative Commons. Thanks for watching. See you there.